Hi guys, so today's video is going to be my January wrap-up. The first book I'm going to talk about is Iron Gold by Pierce Brown. You guys mostly know already that this is the fourth book in the Red Rising series, which was broken up into its original trilogy, and this is the first book in the second trilogy. I am a huge fan of the original trilogy. I absolutely love it, and this book, while I thought had better writing, I actually thought Pierce Brown's writing has improved a lot, and I really loved it, and I really loved that there's multiple perspectives this time, and we got to see Pierce Brown's really wonderful capabilities to tap into different kinds of characters. I didn't love some of the decisions the characters were making, so for me, as it stands currently, I still like the original trilogy more. I don't know where this one's gonna go. For those of you that have never heard of the Red Rising series, the original trilogy follows a man named Darrow, who is a part of this society where it's the future and everybody's broken up into different color groups. And this next trilogy picks up 10 years after the events of the first one. While I think it is an extremely well-written book, and I thought it was a good book, I will wait and see where the trilogy goes before I decide my feelings for it. Moving on now to a book with a kind of similar cover, actually, is The Book Thief by Marcus Cusack, and I'm gonna be really honest, at the time I'm recording this, it's pre-recorded, and I'm not actually done with this, but I'm in love with it. It's from the perspective of death, but even though that sounds really, really strange and doesn't seem like it would allow for us to get to know the characters really well, what it does is most of the time it gives you this perspective where you feel like you're watching a movie. The book follows a young girl during World War II, and she is German, and so she is hearing about Hitler and she's having to see how the world is responding to Hitler, but she's seeing it as a German, so she's kind of hearing everybody's feelings towards Hitler, which are mostly in the area she lives in, positive, but then she's realizing her own life might have been negatively influenced by him. The writing style itself is very interesting in that it's somewhat poetic and artistic, and it's very beautiful, but a lot of times feelings and emotions are somewhat personified in a way, or they're given descriptions that you wouldn't normally expect, but I'm really loving it. I cannot wait till I finish it. Everybody has told me to get the tissues ready, and I keep telling my husband, I've never cried from a book, but I keep telling my husband, like, oh, I'm really scared about this one because it's so good so far, and I'm like really nervous things are gonna get really sad. Moving on to a book that has been a reread for me, and that would be The Last Wish by Andrzej Sapkowski. This is the first book in the Witcher series, and I've been doing a reread of this along with all of you, doing a first time read of it, which is so much fun. I do have a question for all of you though. I am trying to think about, do I want to do an in-depth book chat for The Last Wish and do like a formal, hey, let's talk about the book now that you guys have read it kind of a video, or should I not? Moving on to now a novella that I read Edge Dancer. Sorry, that came out really weird. I read Edge Dancer by Brandon Sanderson. Edge Dancer is a short story that takes place in the Stormlight Archive world. It's kind of considered Stormlight Archive 2.5. I'm not one of those people that is such a big Sanderson fan that I'm just going to blindly love everything he writes. I think I'm just not currently, from the novellas and short stories I've read, I don't seem to be a fan of short stories and novellas, because I read that one and I was kind of just like, okay, it's not bad at all. I think I want more to my story. I want more substance, and that the nature of a novella and a short story, they don't really provide for that. Overall, I thought it was fun, but that's about it. Moving now to a young adult book that I read Cress, which is by Marissa Meyer. It is the third book in the Lunar Chronicles, and I know I'm super late to the party, but part of the reason is that I've been enjoying books more when I don't read them at the peak of their hype. And so while this is a book that a lot of people are like, whoa, you're like just now reading this series? Yeah, I am, because I read Cinder a while ago and I was like, I'm gonna like kick it and just wait and then pick it up again, because I don't want other people's opinions of the series to influence mine. That said, I really enjoyed Cress. I have been finding the Lunar Chronicles to be very fun, and they're great fairy tale retellings for young adults. And particularly, I think that age group that's just transitioning from middle grade to young adult, I think these are the perfect reads, because you put this side by side with the Court of Thorns and Roses books, which have like explicit sexual content. It's like, these are for the same target audience. Lots of people told me that this one in particular, Cress, is their favorite in the series, and I think that's in part because the main character of this one, Cress, who is like a Rapunzel retelling character, she is super cute. She's very adorable, and I actually personally loved her personality because she's so different from a lot of other female characters that are in the YA category now. Everybody seems to always have to be an awesome female who can do everything herself and doesn't need a man or like doesn't need any guys to help her ever. And she was not that. She like considers herself a damsel in distress. She's naive, she's sweet, she's kind of oblivious, and she's just blissfully unaware. And she was so cute though, and very, very sweet. And I think she always did things within her character. It wasn't like at some point, despite not knowing like anything about the world, she suddenly just had this like ability to kick a bunch of butt. Like she wasn't a total boss out of nowhere. And I really appreciated that. And I appreciated for all the like dorky, silly, goofy girls out there, they have somebody they can connect to. Scratch that, girls or boys can connect with this character and her personality. Another book that I read, and I buddy read it with a group of fellow booktubers and book friends of mine, would be Onna, and this is a book that was sent to me by the author, and the premise of the book is super fun, and it reminds me so much of a video game. Like I haven't played this game a lot, but it reminded me kind of Dragon Age, if you guys have played like Dragon Age Inquisition stuff. It reminded me a lot of that, which is super cool. And the idea is that this book takes place in a fantasy world, but it doesn't have people who are less advanced or more advanced. It's like a parallel world to our own, but with like orcs and elves and stuff. I thought the premise was great. I thought it started off really fantastic. I currently would say that I think the book might benefit from maybe like an updated edition, because there were just some things in it that I personally, if I were reading a book that wasn't sent to me by an author, I would probably have more, I would be harsher towards. The beginning of the book, it's so intense and fun, and then very quickly it goes to flashbacks, and within the flashbacks we get page breaks with explanation, or page breaks with another flashback about a character that was introduced in this current flashback, and it got a little convoluted and it interrupted the flow of the story. So currently I think that this book could benefit from an updated edition, and I think if that happens, I will probably end up really loving it. The last thing that I haven't actually finished reading, I just got sent the last chunk of it, is by a fellow author-tuber person, and it would be Vivienne Reis? I realize I don't know how to say her last name. Anyway, she has a writing channel, so if you guys are up-and-coming authors or you're aspiring authors or anything like that and you're looking for more information about writing, she has her own channel. I've been watching it for a while, and forever ago she was recruiting beta readers for her book, and I was one of them. And then since then, I have been reading her close to publication book, and that's been super fun. Like I said, I have not finished it yet. If you guys are interested in hearing more about her book, I highly recommend you go check out her channel. All of that said, I want to now go into my secret giveaway winner. You guys, for those of you that have been following me for a while, know that I do secret giveaways once a month, so I'm gonna have the winner of that show up now. All right, let's see. And there's your winner. Congratulations to that person, and if you guys are interested in learning more about my secret giveaways, I do have a video for that, so I'll have it linked down below. Also, beyond just having my secret giveaways, I actually have a formal 5,000 subscriber giveaway going on right now. There will be 5 winners for that. The winners get a book from Book Depository, so if you're interested in entering, you have until February 13th. Anyway, that's it for the books that I read this month. Let me know what you guys read this month, or if any of these sound interesting, or your thoughts on these, or if you want to chat about Iron Gold. I can definitely chat about Iron Gold with you because I have some opinions. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Click the little bell icon so you get notified when I post new videos, and check out some more of my videos right over here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.